Hello friends, I'm just here to show you another cute project for our party tonight. This is a stamp set that will definitely go down in history as a Stampin' Up! Classic. It may remind you of another stamp set that we have called Lovely as a Tree, and it is much more involved than that with lots of pretty sentiments. So it's a definite must-have for your stamp collection. It also has a set of coordinating framelits that are perfect for fussy cutting. If you don't like to fussy cut, I'll show you. We're not going to make this card, but I'll show you what this gorgeous card my friend Cindy made that shows off how you cut and use those framelits. But we're going to focus on the stamp set tonight. We're going to make this gorgeous card. It is just simple but beautiful. So you're going to start with materials. You're going to need Cajun Craze cardstock. You're going to need watercolor paper and Nature's Poem designer paper. So I'll show you this gorgeous paper. It coordinates with our Nature's Poem suites. It's got all these pretty patterns, gorgeous colors, deep colors that really are timeless. They're for all times of year. Summer, spring, winter, fall. It just kind of goes with every season. So that's exciting. And anyway, you're going to need a little sliver of that. It's the Cajun Craze striped sliver. Your base is 4.5 by 8.5. Your designer's piece is 4 by 5 inches, and the watercolor piece is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. So there's your pieces to get ready. And then you're going to need some other things that coordinate with this set. We have these leaves trinkets, so pretty. And then we're going to need this gorgeous ribbon. This is actually the Petal Pink version. And let's see, I'm sure something else will come up as we're going. Well, obviously the stamp set. So we're going to start with our little watercolor base here. And we're just going to do a watercolor wash. So you need 3 ink colors: Tranquil Tide, Soft Suede, and Mint Macaron. So Mint Macaron is our returning color. We're going to start with the lighter one first, and we're just going to make a watercolor wash on our paper. Now you'll notice these ink pads, these newer ones, you have a little bit more trouble squeezing and getting that palette of ink. So all you need to do is take a clear block, slap it on there, and pick up some of your ink. So you want to get that pretty watery, and then just make a little watercolor wash across the top layer. I'm going to make mine a little bit darker towards the bottom. So you've got that color. You don't have to cover the whole thing. It's just a wash. Clean out your brush. And you're going to go for your next color, which is Tranquil Tide. And you can see this is where I squeezed my ink pad real good. Get it good and watery. Give yourself a Tranquil Tide area there. And then I'm going to clean that off, but then go through here and just really blend those two colors together. Then I'm going to go with my soft suede to make my dirt. It's watercolory dirt, so it's cool, right? So we're going to get down here and just bring in that ground. And I don't know, the nature and the watercoloring and the stamp set, just all together make me so very happy. Alright, so now you're going to put this aside, and if you're making this card, you want to let this dry. So through the magic of the internets, no television, I have one made and dried here. So now all you're going to do is take your tree, and you're going to pull back out your soft suede pad. You're going to ink it up real good. Alright, and then you're going to take your spritzer, and you're just going to give it a little spritz 2 or 3 times, nothing fancy. And then you're going to give it a stamp. And it just creates this really gorgeous watercolory tree. Isn't that neat? Love it. All right, I should have stamped it a little bit farther down, but never fear. What we'll do is we'll have we'll pull our dirt up to our tree. Haha. Cheating. Not really. Stamping. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is stamp our sentiment with Tranquil Tide. Now, I tried to stamp off the first time, and you'll see that it was really light. And I forgot that when you're stamping directly onto watercolor paper, that it requires a thicker ink. It just kind of does. So you're going to ink that up real good. Don't worry about stamping it off. Get that cinnamon in there real good. Gorgeous. Even the little watercolory. Alright, now we're going to build our card. So on your base, you're going to fold it. And then you're going to take your tree stamp. Get back out your soft suede. I keep closing it. And all I did was just give a little bit of background to my card with this little tree guy. And I honestly copied this card directly from a video I saw in Stampin' Up. It was just so gorgeous. I had to try it. And then I had to show you because I loved it. Alright, so now all we're going to do is build our layers. So you're going to get your snail adhesive. And you're going to cock this a little bit to one side. And then because this is watercolor paper, you want to really give it a good going over with snail so that it lays down on all cylinders. And you might even want to use tear and tape, but this will do. Ta-da! You might let that dry before you stamp it, although it's kind of interesting. And now I'm going to build my little area up here. This is our gorgeous ribbon that comes in Petal Pink, and I think it's like a green color. So all you're going to do is use some glue dots to fold that over and slap it down onto your card. So glue dots to slap it down. And then the last thing you're going to do is build up your little something something to go on it. And when I noticed, I was playing with this ribbon and I pulled a little bit out and I was like, oh, now that looks like something fun to do. So you just rip out some of these metallic fibers here until you get enough out that you've got to kind of overcompensate for this part because you need to have enough to tie a knot. And it seems like it would be easy, so just hold on tight and tear it. Now you've got this little tail of a thing here. And then I also found that it was easier. Uh-oh, it's going down forever. I'll just cut it. Can't even see it. It's there. It's like a spider web. Oh my goodness. There. Alright, so now what you're going to do is take this bunch of fibers and just twist it so you can have some control over it. Tie it in a knot. Okay, and then you're going to trim that to make your little fantastic piece that you're going to use to stick down on top of your leaf trinket. So you're going to stick that there. Oh my gosh, I totally cut that caddywomp. No, actually my knot moved. That's what happened. So tie it tight. There we go. Get your glue dot in. Voila. So lots of textures, lots of gorgeousness to this card. I hope you enjoyed it.